Goedemorgen, ik hoop dat u allemaal een plaatsje heeft kunnen vinden. Er zijn voorin nog wat plekken als u voorin plaats kunt nemen. De exportcoaches hebben sowieso een gereserveerde plek. Maar als u plaats kunt nemen en een beetje meer naar voren kunt schuiven, dan ben ik u heel erg dankbaar. Goedemorgen. De minister van Buitenlandse Zaken, Internationale Handel en Samenwerking, zijn excellentie Melvin Bouva. De vertegenwoordigers van de Inter-American Development Bank, mevrouw Margarita Lebby Hernandez en Keila Delgado, welkom. De directeur van de Nationale Ontwikkelingsbank, mevrouw Sandy Cameron. De SITA Board, genodigde gasten, maar bovenal de exportcoaches en de bedrijven. Ik heet jullie van harte welkom op deze bijzondere ochtend, omdat we hier samenkomen voor de officiële lancering van het Cost Share Grant en de certificering van onze coaches. Mijn naam is Jasmin Weijgaarde-Lijkwan en ik mag u vandaag begeleiden door het programma. We hebben een inspirerende line-up voor u, dus laten we nu van start gaan. Om ons welkom te heten namens SITA geef ik graag het woord aan de heer Raoul Chonyo-Chong, Trade Director bij SITA, die kort zal ingaan op de samenwerking tussen SITA, IDB en NOB. Meneer Chonyo-Chong.
Dank u wel, collega, zeer gewaardeerde collega Jasmin. Honorable Minister, valued partners, export coaches, esteemed colleagues. I've been given this privilege to address to you today a few words on this remarkable day. I will only talk briefly to you on this, and it will be probably in Dutch and English, because I think we're talking about internationalization and export, so we assume that English is obviously widely spoken and understood, and we have obviously our international guests. But for here and there, I will speak some Dutch and Surinamese, zodat het wat makkelijker verteerbaar is voor iedereen. Yes? I want to only discuss three things. One is SITA, the Suriname Investment and Trade Agency. Second is the cost sharing grant program. And third, where we all here also, is the export initiation program, the certification of it. I will start with the context because many of you may know or may not know a lot about the Suriname Investment and Trade Agency. We are a fairly young agency. I mean, it was set up with the support of the IDB, $10 million 5-year loan program, which I think was approved a few years ago. I think we had the presidential decree in 2021, but execution only really started picking up in 2023. So we've had our fair share of challenges, growing pains, trials and tribulations, vallen en opstaan. But it's just like, we're on the birth of, our 50th anniversary or Independence Day in November. Just like that, SITA is also on this journey, on this path of growth. And, I've been very fortunate to be here for the last 24 months. And we've gone through a lot, changes in program managers, changes in CEOs, changes in ministers. So we've experienced quite a bit, right? Nevertheless, I'm very pleased to be able to, come up with the key milestones, two of the key milestones that we had delivered as part of this program. Having said that, I do want to acknowledge the determination, resilience, and perseverance of the SITA colleagues and members that have actually made this possible, that have been, very committed and dedicated despite all of the trials and tribulations. Not to single out anybody, but a lot of the work that we've been doing in the trade department was from our former colleague, Dr. Mark Hellier, who laid the foundations for the programs that we're actually launching and doing. And it's continued to the unwavering support of Andrew Thorburn, who is still with us and who is giving his dedication. And obviously, the valued partners in the PEU, the IDB, the ministry, and of course the SITA directors and staff that are helping. That's about the Suriname Investment and Trade Agency. The cost sharing grant is very important, and we're very pleased that because I think we started conversations of this program October last year. I think it was about a year ago. And we're very pleased and very happy that we're finally, presenting the launch in Q4 this year. A lot of the companies have eagerly asked quite a few times, when is that program going to be launched? And we're very pleased that today it's finally come here. This will be a program that will help companies. It is a reimbursable cost-sharing grant scheme where if they would want to go on B2B trips, or if they would want help with certification, ISO certification, or any other things or the requirements for the ambitious or the desired markets which they aspire. But at the same time, if they need help with packaging, marketing materials, and also if they want to participate in international trade fairs, this cost-sharing grant will help foresee in those needs. I will not talk too much about the cost-sharing grant because we will have another session about this later this morning. So I'd like to go to the last point, which is the Export Initiation Program. And I'm actually very happy to see this because when we did the call for proposal for export coaches, we were overwhelmed with the amount of participants or people that wanted to become an export coach, and also with the companies, the call for companies that wanted to have an export strategy. It was fantastic. There was over 80 companies that applied. We had to obviously go through a process of selection, a careful selection, and we're pleased that we've come down to 15 coaches that will be certified, and we have about 25 companies that have an export strategy plan in place, and these will all be obviously then have a higher probability of getting access to the cost-sharing grant that we will see later on. But it has been a very interesting process because from the call to the initial kickoff meeting, which was a virtual Zoom meeting because it was the program was executed by Trek Global, which is an international Spanish-based consultancy firm. And it's very difficult sometimes when you do these Zoom calls or Zoom trainings when it is being delivered by a non-native English speaker to non-native recipients. It's quite challenging. You can understand we didn't really start off on a good foot. However, during the in-person training events and the days here, things were much better, and we were able to understand and work and communicate a lot better. And that's where you see the value of in-person events and in-person training. Having said that, the coaches have gone through a rigorous process of going through, and together with the companies, the commitment of going through the diagnostic stage to see if the companies are ready to export, going through the internationalization phase on, looking at which markets are attractive and which markets fit to their needs. So there have been a number of phases and stages in which the coaches have been trained and worked together with the companies. I'm conscious of time, so I will, even though we started early, which is a good thing. I think we started on time. So I will not go into very much further detail, but I would like to finally close off by, again, thanking you all, Grand Tangi, for participating, for your continued support. And I look forward to taking SITA to the next level, together with the coaches and the companies, to increase our export potential. And I wish you all the best. Have a great day today. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Raul. On behalf of the IDB, we would like to welcome Ms. Margarita Lebi Hernandez. Zij zal ons meenemen in de context van de grant en de ondersteuning vanuit de IDB. Ms. Lebi.
Oh my God. Now it's fit on my side. Huh? Good morning, everyone. Minister Bova, again, this week, it's an honor to share with you and with this great audience that we have here. And it's an honor to join to the official launch of the Expo Marketing Cost Share Grant Program. I extend my appreciation to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Business and Cooperation, SITA, and the National Development Bank for their shared commitment to inclusive and sustainable growth through share, the trade, and to share here with you. This is an historical moment for you in Suriname. You have a huge responsibility, but also an honor here to be part of this unique moment in Suriname. And of course, we always say, let Suriname shine, right, mister? Congratulations to the 15 export advisor for the accreditation and the 20 companies graduating for the first initial program cohort. This new grants program, financed by the IDB and implemented by SITA in partnership with the National Development Bank, marks the next step in supporting Surinamese SMEs, covering up to 90% of eligible cost. It enables companies with approved export plans to enter new markets through trade, fair certification, marketing, and buyer engagement. Exporting drives innovation and growth, competitiveness and jobs, but SMEs often face barriers. This initiative helps overcome those challenges and unlocks the real opportunities. And according to the previous speakers, you are well prepared to face the challenges and to convert the challenges in opportunities. We're proud that the program prioritizes first-time exporters and women-owned business, promoting diversification and sustainability in non-extractive sectors. This is more than a grant. It's a platform for transformation, and it empowers business, strengthened value change, and built a resilient economy. On behalf of the IDB, I reaffirm our commitment to working with our partners to expand trade, innovation, and grow in Suriname. And of course, congratulations, Kayla, Fade, and all the colleagues that day by day, in the Executive Union and SITA, and all of you that have been working hard for this success. It's the only thing that you have to be in mind to make Suriname and to Suriname in the international position this wonderful country deserves. Dank u wel.
Going up again. Thank you so much, Ms. Levi Hernandez. We vervolgen met een korte toelichting vanuit onze operationele partner, de NOB. En ik geef graag het woord aan de directeur Sandy Cameron.
Kijk, ik was ik langer dan je bent hoor, Jasmin. Nee, dat gaat graag. Good morning everyone. All protocol observed. Ik heb begrepen, ik mag van alles hier praten vandaag. English, everything. So Raul mentioned that he started in October. Well, we started collaboration and talking to SITA in March. We were approached by SITA and the IDB, and they came with a program, the Export Marketing Cost Sharing Grant Program. So we looked at it and we saw two important things: promotion of export, and we also saw that they were stimulating entrepreneurship. So the negotiations went very fast because that's one of the objectives for the development bank, developing entrepreneurship in Suriname. And what will be our role in this collaboration? We will do the compliance check. It's not a small task, it's a very big one. Due to law and regulations, for example, anti-money laundering, counter-financing terrorism, and what you also have, we will look at international lists, so don't be on those lists negatively, because otherwise you will have problems. Another important thing is the grant will come, but the grant has to be transferred to those entrepreneurs. And that's where we also come in. We will be reporting, monitoring, and taking transparency into account doing this. So you will assure that you will get your money. You heard the project goals, things like trade, things like certificering van producten. I will tell that in Dutch. Very important. So what we will do, we will be helping promoting this program. Because we meet a lot of entrepreneurs, we have a lot of entrepreneurs, so it's not only the group that now came to SITA, but there are other entrepreneurs, exporters who also need these things. So we will be promoting that. And what will also happen, we will look at synergies. Where we see synergies, we will connect the entrepreneurs with each other. And why? Because we know when you go and you export, you need to upskill. So working together is very important. That's where we also can come in. So another thing, we know that these exporters, they will get the grant, but they want to grow. And by growing, you know, we're the development bank, so we're their partner in grow. So what will happen if they want to purchase equipment, if they need to build construction, they want to do a production hall, they can come to us. So I know it's not the NOB presentation, Yasmin, but I think I can mention 5 things of the NOB. If I mention more, you will put me outside. I will limit it to 5. NOB is implementing now IDB loan, so the applicants can come and get a loan of 500,000 USD in local currency. Second one, NOB also has their own funds. You can get a loan of USD 200,000, but in local currency. Interest rates between 10 and 13% for the local currency. The third thing that we have, very interesting too, we're managing the production credit fund. You have a loan of 5 million SRD over there, 15 years, very attractive, 5% interest rate. So good for the exporters. The fourth thing, we have technical assistance funds, also very attractive on the website, so I won't go into detail. And the last one, a guarantee fund. And what happens in this guarantee fund? You have exporters, they lack collateral, so when you have a good project but you lack collateral, a bank can come to that guarantee fund and ask a guarantee so that the exporter can get the loan. So you see, a lot of opportunities, but we know we're not that big. So when exporters need more money, we're working with the other banks. So we can talk to the other banks and look what they need and facilitate them all. So having said this, one thing, very important. On your own, you can reach your goals. But when you go in partnership, you can reach even more. So this program is a good example of that. So I want to congratulate all the exporters and thank all the partners. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Business and Cooperation, a very long name, by the way. SITA and the IDB, thank you. And we will make a success of this program. Congratulations, everyone, and applause for this program.
Dankjewel, mevrouw Cameron. Het is ons natuurlijk een eer om onze minister te verwelkomen, die ons zal toespreken over exportontwikkeling en het belang van een cost-sharing grant. Dames en heren, zijn excellentie Melvin Bouva.
So, yes. Good morning, goedemorgen. Ja, goedemorgen. Ik weet niet, sinds ik hier ben, wie motori praat, sinds ik kom ben ik alleen aan het niezen. Dus als maar je tak motori, maar is niet erg. We komen er wel overheen. Good morning. I was telling them, I don't know who's talking about me. I just started, I came in, I'm only sneezing. I really want to thank you for this moment, and I indeed want to give honor and greetings to the esteemed colleagues, the representatives of the IDB, of SITA, of the NOB, distinguished other partners, also my colleagues of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, indeed International Business and Cooperation, partners in development, entrepreneurs, guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is both an honor and privilege to address this very special event today as we mark yet an important milestone in Suriname's ongoing journey toward economic diversification and enhanced export competitiveness. Every nation at some point confronts a defining question: how to transform potential into performance. This is also a challenge for Suriname, and especially now when we face our 50th anniversary. We are fortunate that Suriname's potential is abundant, and I may say, as you are a very good example of that, our entrepreneurs are innovative, our land is fertile and resourceful, and our geographic position affords us direct access to major regional and international markets. Yet, despite this potential, too many of our products, a moment, I have received a map with so many paper. Well, okay, you do your work well, so that's why we have so many paper, huh, Amar? Sita? Despite this potential, too many of our products and services remain unknown beyond our borders. The challenge has never been one of talent, but rather of access. Access to knowledge, access to markets, and the tools required to compete successfully on global stage. Today's events are critical components of our government's broader strategy to systematically dismantle these barriers. Our policy approach is clear: to leverage economic diplomacy, enhance business and investment environments as the primary engines for our export growth. Therefore, we need to move decisively from planning to action. From planning to action. And I always like to underline this because we hebben altijd veel plannen. Altijd zo gericht op wat we moeten doen. Maar het gaat niet om wat we plannen en het gaat niet om wat we willen doen. We moeten het daadwerkelijk doen. We have to do. We have to have action towards the direction we need to go. And this is a very particular moment to see that. So yes, therefore we need to move from planning to action. And it is in this spirit that we officially launch the Cost Sharing Grant, an initiative designed to assist Surinamese enterprises in translating their potential and export strategies into tangible results. This grant is not a handout, but a partnership, one that supports enterprises prepared to invest in their own success. Through a cost-sharing mechanism, it facilitates critical export activities such as the development of marketing materials and digital platforms, participation in trade fairs and missions, product testing and certification, and the dispatch of samples to potential international buyers. In essence, the program also helps transform strategy into sales and potential into measurable performance. Ladies and gentlemen, this initiative is guided by the principles of transparency, accountability, inclusiveness, and impact. It forms part of the Foreign Investment and Export Promotion Program, financed by the Inter-American Development Bank, the IDB, and implemented to a strong partnership between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Business and Cooperation, BIS, the Suriname Investment and Trade Agency, SITA, and the National Development Bank. We take pride in the fact that this program gives us the opportunity, more than that, gives us priority to non-extractive sectors, those which generate real and sustainable value in agribusiness, tourism, manufacturing, services, and the creative industries. Moreover, for enterprises that are still in the process of developing an export strategy or newly accredited export coaches, and I think a few of them are sitting hier, ja toch? Ik heb de namen gezien en ik zie de gezichten. And to stand by to assist through the export coaching facility. This facility provides subsidized support for preparation of SITA-approved export marketing plans, the essential passport for eligible under the cost-sharing grant. Pardon? Ja, ze praten motorie nog steeds. Maar het is niet erg. But our commitment does not stop here. From a policy point of view, ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and for this part, it's international business, because the ministry is responsible indeed for foreign affairs. You know, that is the part where we go and shake hands with ambassadors and ministers and presidents from all over the world and try to get some business going on a political and diplomatic level. But another part, and I like that part, but the other part is international business, where through our diplomatic channels, we seek to find a way through economic diplomacy to get investments and other economic relations to Suriname. And therefore it's stated that indeed the commitment doesn't stop at this particular point. And from our view, it is intensifying its focus on economic diplomacy and investment strategies to create an enabling environment for your success. At the moment, we are reviewing the investment and the SITA law to help Suriname reach its full potential. En laat me daar ook hier even iets kort over zeggen. I will combine both English and Dutch. Inderdaad, we hebben buitenlandse zaken altijd gekend natuurlijk zoals het is en alle mooie foto's en zo. Maar since I had the responsibility to lead the ministry, heb ik echt gekeken, oké, dat buitenlands ding is goed. Maar ik heb ook gekeken naar wat dat buitenlands ding ons kost. It cost a lot of money to get our people there. En ik zei, oké, als het dat kost, 100.000, dan moet je wel minimaal de helft van dat geld terugbrengen. Nou, oké, en daarvoor de strategie om door middel van onze diplomatic channels ervoor te zorgen dat we gericht werken om voor jullie onder andere, voor Suriname, voor ons, to open markets, but also to bring investors to Suriname. Dat is heel bewust waar we ons op gaan richten. And I indeed thank everyone who will align with us and will move with us toward that very particular aim. This means, first, our diplomatic missions are being strategically repositioned as frontline hubs for trade and investment promotion. They will actively gather market intelligence, identify opportunities, and connect you or other exporters with potential buyers and partners. Secondly, we are prioritizing the negotiation of trade and investment agreement that will open new markets, reduce tariffs, and harmonize standards, making it easier and more profitable for you to export. Third, we will leverage high-level state visits and international forums to showcase Surinamese products and services, creating a brand Suriname with quality, sustainability and reliability. En waarom ik even lach? Omdat we weten dat we het bezoek krijgen van de koning uit Nederland. Dat weten jullie toch? En dan heb je nog steeds mensen, ja, koning moet komen, maar we hebben nog zoveel dingen te doen. Slavernij is belangrijk, dat gaan we ook bespreken. En allerlei dingen die er nog spelen. Maar aan de andere kant is Nederland wel de vijfde grootste economie van Europa. Dus wanneer we de high state visits doen, de high level state visits doen, met presidenten die komen en koningen die komen, en andersom ook wanneer onze president gaat, is het niet zonder meer. Het is in een bepaald kader, het heeft een economische strekking, waardoor je met diplomatie inderdaad je land neerzet en opent om zaken te doen. Sociaal, economisch en soms ook natuurlijk politiek. Maar de nadruk in deze ligt echt sociaal en vooral economisch. Dus met dit soort gesprekken, momenten, dan wil je ook die awareness brengen dat mensen begrijpen waar het om gaat. Dat het vaak veel breder is dan wat je op een bepaald moment ziet of daarvan wil zien. We zeggen, de film is veel groter dan de foto dat je op een bepaald moment ziet. Dus u ziet dat wat ik dus hier zeg, inderdaad ook zijn vorm neemt. When Suriname's enterprises export, they do much more than only sell products. They create employment, strengthen value chains, and project to the world a powerful narrative, one of quality, resilience, and national pride. Export promotion, therefore, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, is not merely an economic undertaking. It is a nation-building endeavor, vital to ensuring that Suriname's growth remains inclusive, innovative, and sustainable. It is the very essence of our mission at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Business and Cooperation. In closing, allow me to extend my warmest congratulations to the 15 newly certified export coaches. Through your commitment, expertise, you are helping Suriname to cultivate a new generation of export-ready enterprises, businesses that think strategically, plan professionally, and compete confidently. To the 26 companies that have already developed and commenced implementation of their export strategies, you stand as pioneers of a new export culture in Suriname. Your willingness to share your experience and embrace international standards has demonstrated that Surinamese enterprises are indeed capable of competing and succeeding globally, not nationally only, also globally. Your efforts inspire others to follow your example. En I really hope, en laat me dat ook gewoon recht toe recht aan zeggen, echt, ik hoop dat deze inspanning die er is gepleegd, want de inzet is niet voor niets, is niet gratis. Alright? Er is veel geld, veel mankracht, veel tijd, ook jouw tijd is eraan gegaan. And I really hope that when we come back here again, maybe in 1 year, we can maybe look at some pictures and see some videos of your product in Trinidad or in the US or in even China or whatever market that you want to go. Dat het echt is. En een paar weken geleden, I've been to the launch of the ananas exporters. Dat was ook iets van ons. Yes, je was erbij. Je hebt me aangekondigd. Ze is er altijd bij om mensen aan te kondigen. En ook daar heb ik gezegd, het is een enorme kans, het is een enorme opportunities for those small, die kleine producers of growers of ananas, om een hand te krijgen, om een product te ontwikkelen, to process their goods and to export. And I really hope, sincerely hope, dat het uiteindelijk wel daar komt. Dat we ook, waarom kunnen we niet geblikte ananas exporteren naar landen buiten Suriname? Waarom kunnen we onze chips, zorg ervoor dat ze een bananenchips krijgen, YouTube. We have banana chips. It's in a, let's say a regular bag, very basic. And then I go to another country, I won't call the name, not so far from here. And the same banana chips that I get with a taste that is, our taste is far more than what I have tasted there. But because the package is so nice, it's exported and it's okay, if they can, we can too. Omdat onze smaak, onze producten veel meer potentie hebben en veel meer rich zijn aan taste and everything. Dus we have the potential and I really hope that we utilize it, dat we het maximale eruit halen en dat onze producten hun weg vinden naar de markt. En ik wens jullie daarbij echt een heleboel succes. And I will stand with you and do everything from the ministry and SITA what we can to support you in that endeavor. I also wish to extend my sincere appreciation to the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, for its continued partnership and steadfast support, as well as my gratitude to SITA, the National Development Bank, our dedicated export coaches, and the many entrepreneurs who have embraced this transformative journey. Let us continue to work hand in hand, government, private sector, and development partners, to make Suriname's next export success story our success story. Let's make Suriname shine. Together we can build an economy that competes with confidence, innovates with purpose, and exports with pride. I thank you.
Dank u wel voor uw inspirerende woorden, minister. Ik denk dat we met onze diplomaten nog te weinig beseffen wat de kracht is van economische diplomatie. Ik hoop dat de SDI daarin invulling zal geven. Maar niet alleen economische diplomatie, ook onze gastronomie, onze toerisme sector, diplomatic law, maar bovenal ook sustainable development diplomacy om invulling te geven aan de SDG's. Dus ik hoop dat de nieuwe cohort diplomaten daar een invulling zal geven, zodat we ook vanuit alle ministeries, vanuit SITA, ministerie van Buitenlandse Zaken, die ondersteuning aan hun kunnen geven, vice versa. Maar ook dat ze voor ons gaan aanboren, dat valt onder Sustainable Development Diplomacy. Dat ze gaan kijken wat de instanties zijn, want er zijn zoveel instanties daar die ondersteuning kunnen geven, financieel. Ik ben bijvoorbeeld op het platform Connect Americas voor SITA, het ministerie van Buitenlandse Zaken, waarbij er dus gezocht wordt naar financiële instellingen in Latijns-Amerika voor bedrijven. Chapito Oil, een van onze bedrijven, kan daarvan meepraten. Ze zijn op Connect Americas, zijn ze connect met de Mexicaanse distributeur die hun haarproducten wil afnemen. Dus het is ook belangrijk dat de exporteurs zich registreren. Wanneer ik jullie spam, is het niet zomaar. Je moet die mailtjes lezen. Er zijn zoveel mogelijkheden die we kunnen aanboren. Maar ook wanneer de diplomaten gedetacheerd zijn, dat ze bij de financiële instellingen langs gaan. Ze mogen dat doen. Als ze de Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations en Consular Relations kennen, dan zien ze dat in artikel 5 is aangegeven dat ze investeringen moeten binnenbrengen voor het land. En als ze daarin invulling geven, dan kunnen ze langs gaan bij de instellingen, kijken wat zijn de mogelijkheden. Landen die het goed hebben, de developing countries, die willen altijd helpen. En ze willen altijd, zeg maar, witte voetjes maken door in de regio ontwikkeling te brengen, om de naam te dragen, ik heb die regio geholpen. Ik ben de instelling in zo'n land die deze mogelijkheden heeft geboden. Dus kijken jullie op het internet, zoeken jullie, kijk naar mogelijkheden, want er zijn zoveel en we schrijven te weinig. Er zijn zoveel projecten waarvoor jullie financiële hulp kunnen krijgen, maar we schrijven echt te weinig. Maar goed, on another note, 2 auto's staan verkeerd geparkeerd. Een Spade DO 6051 en een Subaru PJ 3239. Ik hoop dat jullie je kentekennummer kennen. Een Spade DO 6051 staat verkeerd geparkeerd en een Subaru PJ 32 Raoul. Of all people. Oh my god. Hij werkt niet meer bij SITA, hè? Maar goed. Nu is het moment daar voor de officiële lancering van de Cost Sharing Grant. Kripa, mag ik je hulp daarbij, bij de computer? We nodigen onze minister Bouva uit, de vertegenwoordiger van de IDB, Ms. Margarita Hernandez Libby, de directeur van de NOB en de heer Ammar Alakram Singh, onze CEO van SITA, voor een symbolische onthulling. Het onthullen van de QR-code voor de Cost Sharing Grant. De bedrijven kunnen dus de QR-code scannen en krijgen dan toegang tot de cost-sharing grant en everything dat daaraan gerelateerd is. Dus documenten die opgelopen moeten worden, maar natuurlijk de symbolische onthulling door onze 4 belangrijke partners. En natuurlijk ook een fotomoment voor de pers. Oké, we laten het nog even op de screen. Dank jullie wel. mag doorgaan. Ja? Oké. Met de banner. Oké. Het is voor de pers, anders wij wil foto's maken, dus ik sluit even op. Amar, zijn er niet voor. Een beetje meer naar voren. Graag naar het midden. Tussen die twee banners. Oh, oké. Dat is niet zo erg voor het logo. Nee. Oh. Is de belichting goed? Kripa, weet even uitdoen dan? Ja, maar dan. Goed? Oké. Mooi. Oké, mooi. Dankjewel. We gaan nu over tot de certificering van onze coaches. We zijn begonnen met 21 coaches en 37 companies. En we hebben het programma kunnen afsluiten met 15 coaches en 25 bedrijven. Gefeliciteerd aan de aanwezige deelnemers. We zijn begonnen met 21 coaches en 37 companies. En we hebben afgesloten met 15 coaches en 25 companies. Gefeliciteerd aan de aanwezige deelnemers. Ik weet dat het veel werk was. En dat ik jullie heb gestalkt en gespamd. En een paar van jullie wilde ik pak slaag geven. Maar het is gelukt. En nu plukken jullie de vruchten daarvan. Mag ik uitnodigen Shamla voor de hulp. Shamar. Natuurlijk de minister. En Amar voor het overhandigen van de certificaten. En natuurlijk ook voor een groepsfoto met de minister. Geneviève Alfania. Is ze aanwezig? Zie? Joshua Bendes. Wandelen naar de Rijn. Dat was het.
Thank you, thank you.
Mogen we alle coaches uitnodigen voor een groepsfoto met de minister en de CEO en de streekdirecteur. Ik moet zeggen dat u heeft gezien dat een paar mensen van SITA ook een certificaat hebben ontvangen. 5 mensen van SITA hebben ook meegedaan in het exportcoachingprogramma, omdat het de bedoeling is dat wanneer er een nieuwe cohort is en het is volgend jaar, dat we onderdeel zijn van de training. Dus vandaar. Dus we moesten het werk juggelen en tegelijkertijd ook nog de bedrijven begeleiden. Maar het is gelukt. Met jullie certificaat dat jullie komen voor een snelle groepsfoto. En de minister heeft andere belangrijke afspraken. Hij gaat door niet de hele dag. Mevrouw Hernandez en mevrouw Kela, komen jullie ook erbij? Dat is heel leuk. Niet een beetje dichter bij elkaar gaan? Ja. Goed. Terwijl de stoelen geregeld worden, verontschuldigen we de minister vanwege een andere belangrijke afspraak. Maar dank u wel, minister, dat u er was. We lassen nu even een korte pauze van 7 minuten in. En dan gaan we over naar het tweede gedeelte van de morgen. U mag koffie, thee, sap en een paar snacks mag u aan de zijkanten nemen.